The high-paced, fast hustle and bustle of the DFW Metroplex at beautiful October night skies just minutes away from our location today. Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another presentation of Texas high school football on the Antler Sports Network. It's matinee ball from beautiful Willow Park, Texas at Eagle Stadium, home of Trinity Christian Academy. We'll play the backdrop for today's contest. It's a TAPS matchup coming out of Division 4, District 1. It's the 10th ranked Royals of Mercy Culture Prep taking on the Tigers of Sacred Heart coming in at number 6. It's a game that some of you might be familiar with. Just last season, these same MCP Royals were back in Tyler, Texas, taking on the Bishop Gorman Crusaders at McCallum Stadium. Today, Coach Sean Riley and company looking to get another win on the season. The Royals come into this one with an overall record of 1-6, district record of 0-2. Their opponents for today, the Tigers of Sacred Heart, 4-3 overall, 1-1 in district play. Playoff implications on the line, to say the least, ladies and gentlemen. Up top of Division 4, District 1, of course, the heavy favorites to win the district, the Saints of First Baptist, an unblemished record in district, a perfect 4-0. Right below them, the Live Oak Classical Falcons out of Waco lost last night in non-district play to Magnolia Legacy Prep 19-14. However, their 3-1 record in district play sits them firmly in second place. Right below them in third, one of the two teams we'll be showcasing today. The Tigers of Sacred Heart at 4-3 and 1-1 in third. Below them, the Eagles of Temple Christian out of Fort Worth. And below the Eagles are in fifth place, these Royals of Mercy Culture Prep sitting at 0-2. A win today over Sacred Heart could put them in a three-way tie for third place in this division, in this district rather, with it being a 6-team district. 4 teams will make the postseason, or 3 teams rather. So a win today can definitely continue the surge to the playoffs for head coach Sean Riley. Speaking of head coach Sean Riley, I had the pleasure of speaking with him pregame. Coach Riley here in the pregame. Your Royals are back on the Antler Sports Network. A lot of time has passed since the time you were in the Rose City of Tyler, Texas, taking on the Crusaders. Now you're trying to make a playoff push. A win here this morning here in Willow Park can definitely make that goal a tad bit easier. So what has practice been like? What's been the mentality in the coaching staff and the locker room coming into today's game?
Dominate. I mean, that's our mentality every day. In practice, the level of intensity is as high as it can be. But the main thing is dominate. I mean, our goal is to dominate each play. We're a next play team. A play is born and a play dies. So you got to move on. So we're going to make some big plays, and there'll be a mistake here or there. We got to overcome both of those and move on to the next play.
Now, Coach, you have had quarterback play that's pretty much been out of this world. Martinez has been lighting it up almost every single game this year. What has been the progression that he's made game by game and how he's just continued to get better as the season goes on?
This is his third year on the team as the starting quarterback. This is his second year in our offense, and our offense is catered to make him successful and get the guys the ball who are open. And he's a baller.
I mean, obviously so. The numbers don't lie. Neither does the film. What about the rest of these guys? You have a lot of studs on the offensive and defense side of the ball. Who can we expect to shine today?
Oh, man, we expect a lot out of Johnny Anthony Lardizabal. He's number 8. We expect a lot out of him. Number 5, who's a sophomore, Braden Raybuck. Expect a lot out of him. We got a freshman, number 1, who's been coming on strong, Walker Hughes. Mr. Dependable is number 17, Cade Cortina. I mean, he catches everything. I mean, and then, of course, Nate Norwood has just blown it up, number 15, for us the last couple of games, and they're going to have to double cover him, which will open up all these other weapons.
Now, let's talk about the team that you're taking on today, the Tigers of Sacred Heart. I guess you can call it a bit of a rivalry. I mean, far us out of I-20, not really in the major part of the Metroplex, so I would say it's a rivalry just for the sake of fun. What have you seen for the Tigers on tape? What are you expecting to see from them today?
The Tigers are what everyone wants their program to be, and how we build. You build them from the bottom and you bring them up. So the Tigers are always going to play hard. They're always going to show up. They're going to give you everything they got. And in the end, their goal is to win, and our goal is to not let that happen.
Want to give another thank you to Coach Sean Riley for giving us his time to speak with us in the pregame. That three-headed monster he mentioned on offense as the Royals trot onto the field, and Martinez at quarterback, Cortina and Norwood at receivers. In their last game, a 31-21 tough loss against Live Oak Classical. Martinez went 19 for 30 for 218 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Cortina 6 receptions for 63 yards and a touchdown. Norwood, funnily enough, 4 receptions for 63 yards and a touchdown. The Royals on offense netted 223 total yards, and now looking at back-to-back games with 3 passing touchdowns or more. So that offense looking to continue to roll here. The Tigers of Sacred Heart coming in this game, averaging and allowing about 24 points a game, maybe a hair over or under that, depending on who you ask. They're currently sitting on the final game of a 3-game road trip. 3 games in a row, all on the road, sitting at 1-1 apiece. Their first loss, or the first game on this 3-week road trip, funnily enough, was against the same team that defeated the Royals last week, Live Oak Classical, a 33-6 loss on the road in Waco. And the very next week, had to travel back to Waco to take on Waco Bishop Reichert Catholic. That was a 41-21 road win. Now looking to take on the Royals today in a series that has been in control of Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart leads the head-to-head since 2005 with 16 wins and 2 losses. Last time the Royals were able to get a victory against them, the 9th of November, 2007. That was a 66-34 win. Sacred Heart winning their matchup last season, 41-13. So Coach Riley and company looking to change the tide here in this all-time series. Speaking of all-time, the Antler Sports Network made history, heading to the Sooner State for the very first time for college basketball action. It was a clash between 2 top 15 teams, the Pilots of LSU Shreveport and the 5th-ranked Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan. Gets it to Coleman. It's got to make something happen. It's quick, and it's swatted away. Big-time block. Loose ball foul is called. Again, gets it stolen. Trey Boston picked up clean. Great bounce pass. Open floor. Layup is good. Litsky's free throws, no good. Rebounds brought down by McKenzie. McKenzie rides a swatted, but behind by Washington. Brought down by Benet. Benet gives it to Talton Jr. Up the floor. Litsky for 2. Counting in the deuce. He falls, no foul call though, to Wilson. Wilson spins, lays, yes! 3:07 on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Talton around the world and an extra stop at the airport for 2. Bounding teams in the country. Step back, slow hesitation, dribble by Boston. Boston gets it stolen away. Talton, the jam. Dribbling to the left side, taking the double screen is Boston. Boston swings to Washington, jab step, pull up long 3. Got it. The games last year, college pedigree is in his blood. Washington, 3-ball, making it back to back. He's got the lucky bounce. Stolen away by Talton Jr. Running, Litsky, the rise, the jam. Now to Talton Jr. Junior, the former Arlington Martin Warrior. A lot of DFW talent on this team. Talton fadeaway is good. He'll let one fly. No good. Strong rebound. Going back up. And it's good. It's Davion Coleman. And a fantastic bucket to expand the LSU Shreveport lead. Litsky rises. Counting on the foul. As that one in-law around Thanksgiving with 2:27 left. Talton Jr. for 3. Bottom. It's cash. Through contact, won't go. Gets the rebound, follows up, counted and the bucket. Corner to reset. McKenzie to Litsky. Litsky, head fakes, throws it down. Steps back, looks, directing traffic. To Litsky, the rise, the layup and foul. McKenzie gets it tipped by Washington. Washington, open bucket, he slams it home. What a jam. Eventually met and stolen away by Hill. Hill, leeway pass to Murray. Murray gets it swatted by Hamlin, blocked out of bounds. Flanagan surveying the floor, looking for the Murray screen, gets it. A little bit of space, drives up and under. He's got it. Murray, ball goes on the floor a little bit. Talton picks it up. In and out dribble to the right side. Fakes, dish, good for 2. The mismatch on him. See if they'll try to take advantage of it. Washington switches on to him. They get it to him anyway. Rises to slam. 5 on the shot clock. 4, 3, 2, open 3. It's good. A rises, no good. Washington tips it. Benet gets it. Litsky rises, slam. Included. They get it into Litsky. Litsky 1-on-1 against Washington. Layup. Great touch around the hoop. It's good. the way. Great active hands by Coleman. Coleman on the break. Euro step, the English in the 2. Hill on the right wing. Dribble drive by Coleman. Through contact. Got it. Tough bucket. 3-point lead for LSU Shreveport. And the big time jam. Throwing down the hammer. And the Pilots looking to push it here. Up the floor. Toe tap catch by Coleman. Coleman pull up from 13. Rattles in. And the Pilots are back in front. Phillips, Dylan Phillips, the former Humble Creek Bulldog, 6'3", out of Humble, Texas. Still scoreless, and the jam! Hey. Izuakbi getting the turnover, and the layup on the other side by Melvin Flanagan.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Moments away from kickoff here in Willow Park. Both teams and their respective captains are at center field for the coin toss right at the 50-yard line. Our officiating staff for today out of the Fort Worth chapter. Wearing the white hat today is going to be referee David Bradbury, umpire Peyton Smith, head line judge Matt Toddy, line judge John Zam, and back judge Marlon Fields. The officials will be wearing pink in compliance with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Coin toss is in the air as we see. Looks like Mercy Culture Preparatory has won the toss. It looks like they might have deferred. No clear signal from the referee to see what the coin toss was, but we will see both teams trot onto the field in a moment. And as Sacred Heart makes their entrance, we'll take one more short break. Kickoff is after this from the ASN family of platforms. This is TAPS High School football. One of the members of the Mercy Culture coaching staff thankfully gave us a little bit of backdoor information. Let us know that Mercy Culture has won the toss and has elected to defer. So we will see the Sacred Heart offense trot on to the field first. Sacred Heart 1-2 on the road this season, went 3-1 last season. As we mentioned in the pregame, they can tie for the 2 seed with a win. However, Live Oak does own the tiebreaker in this final game of this 3-week road trip. Sacred Heart has dominated the all-time series at least since 2007. They've won the last 15 meetings in a row against Mercy Culture. However, this game and this team has been a completely different ball club, at least statistically, led by their quarterback, Landon Martinez, who's averaging 122 yards through the air per game, has 7 touchdowns on the year with 10 interceptions. And his contest last week against Live Oak Classical went 19 for 30 for 218 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. So a solid year, to say the absolute least, for their 5'11", 180-pound senior, who also, at least roster-wise, is listed to also play defensive back. So we might see a little bit of Landon Martinez at quarter. Might see him catch an interception in this game. We never know. We've seen a lot of crazy things in our ride so far in the 2024-25 Texas high school football regular season. If you want to keep up with the rankings, standings, statistics, our broadcast schedule, and more, you can find it all in one convenient place by going to antlersn.com/HSFB. That's antlersn.com/HSFB. We are set and ready to go for a kickoff from Willow Park, Texas. Mercy Culture Preparatory, the designated home team, will be in their all-black tops and bottoms with the metallic gold Royals logo along both sides of the helmet. Sacred Heart in their visiting all-white tops and bottoms, red numerals and lettering with no trim, red piping along the tops and bottoms with the red Schultz hats with the Sacred Heart main SH block and Christian logo along both sides of the helmet. Stadium that has a maximum capacity of 1,000, opened in 2022. Of course, home to the Trinity Christian Academy Eagles. A very nice stadium, no matter the size. state-of-the-art lighting system that was just installed as well. LED scoreboard, LED graphics, the whole 9 yard. A very nice stadium indeed. Want to thank Trinity Classical Academy for allowing the Royals and the Antler Sports Network to set up shop here on an early morning matinee game. Just about 4 or 5 minutes past the top of the hour. Weather, it's pretty top tier, folks. It's sunny. Not a cloud in the sky, around 72 degrees. High expected to reach the lower to middle 80s. Low is expected to be in the lower 60s. So fair to say, at least for now, as we know how finicky Texas weather can be, we can say so long to the 90s, hello to the 70s. Mercy Culture Prep will receive the opening kick. Sacred Heart will boot things off. Back deep to receive for the Royals is going to be number 8, I believe that is. Yes, that is number 8, John Anthony Larzabal, the 5'10", 170-pound junior, as well as J.J. Smeltzer, the 5'8" freshman, donning the number 11. Donning the number 16. The back judge giving the opening football to Sacred Heart's kicker. Their kicker is going to be their quarterback, the 6'11" junior, Clayton Benzer. The whistle has been blown, and we are set to go from kickoff. If you're listening on ASN Radio, Mercy Culture will be receiving the kick and going from right to left on your respective devices. And if you're tuning in on ASN 1 this morning, thank you, and welcome to our second Taps game of the year. Great leg into this one from Benzer, and it is going to be caught in return by Lazabar. Lazabar jumps forward, ball comes out. Mercy Culture falls on it at around the 20, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10. A Mercy Culture Prep offense that's averaging 11 points a game, allowing 38. Solid yardage through both means of offensive football, averaging 122 passing yards a game, 121 yards on the ground, averaging just 333 all-purpose yards per contest. However, it's been the passing game, no matter how even those stats may be, that has been the main figment of this Mercy Culture Prep offense. Landon Martinez, the quarterback who's currently in the gun, is 4th in TAPS Division 4 in passing yards. So a great year for the senior. Have a brief stoppage. We have the... Looks like might be trying to get the referees mic'd up here. Hopefully so. We'll like to be able to hear the Whitehead David Bradbury in this contest. As Bradbury standing alongside Coach Sean Riley. Coach Riley and his ball club this year in home contests 1-2, went 3-3 in home games last season. Still waiting. Looks like we're still having some technical difficulties here before the first snap from scrimmage. Mercy Culture will take it 1st and 10 on their opening drive from the 21-yard line. They'll go to work from the right hash. Still waiting. And it looks like now Bradbury will be trotting over to the Sacred Heart sideline. Bradbury now leaving the Sacred Heart sideline. He officially has the most yardage out of any active human being on the field today. And we haven't even taken a snap from scrimmage. All right, here we go. Seem to be back in roaring as usual. Martinez clapping the hands. Shotgun snap is going to be a handoff right down Main Street. Solid gain of around 4. And that's exactly how much they'll give him. On the carry, the successful carry for Mercy Culture. Looks like that's going to be Brandon Raybuck, another player that Coach Riley mentioned in the pregame. That gain of 4 will make it 2nd down and 6 to go for the Royals in their first offensive possession. Tigers looking to send possibly 5, man in motion. Fake handoff is going to be a keeper for Martinez. He breaks to the outside, jukes one man, gets to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more than that. The Tigers will stop him short host of Tigers on the tackle. First one to get there was Colby Hetz, the 5'10", 205 senior on the tackle. Luke Felderhoff as well, the second senior on the tackle. So they'll mark it no gain. 3rd and 6 coming up for Mercy Culture Prep. A team that sits at around 39 to 40% on 3rd down. 4 out wide, 2 in the slot. Shotgun snap for Martinez. Drops back, has pressure on him. Hit as he throws, steps back, and it's going to be short. Intended target for the Royals was Brandon Raybuck, and it's going to be a quick 4th down coming up for the Royals as the Sacred Heart pass rush has been strong early on, and it looks like the punting unit will trot onto the field. Doing the punting for Mercy Culture is going to be Benjamin Utley, the defensive lineman / tight end junior, 6 foot, 250 pounds. Back deep to receive for the Tigers is going to be Cameron Kanabe, also the senior. Very senior ladle teams. Utley boots into this one. High arcing kick, not a lot of distance, and it's going to be a fair catch made by Kanabe right at midfield. And that's where Sacred Heart, the 6th ranked team in TAPS Division 4, will take over their first offensive drive, 1st and 10. So now as we begin the first opening drive, they're led onto the field by their quarterback, donning the number 11, Clayton Benzer, the 6 foot, 190 pound junior, as well as the place kicker. His opening snap is going to be with 4 out wide, 2 in the slot. Slot receiver at the top of your screen is going to be Hayden Sprouse. Shotgun snap, faking the handoff is going to be a keeper for Benzer. Benzer has space, gets to the outside along the numbers, bounced out of bounds at the 39-yard line, will move the sticks, 1st and 10. And the first play from scrimmage for the Tigers is going to be a solid one. Gain of 11 will make it 1st and 10 from the 39 as we take another look via our SportScope second look. The UIL has allowed for instant replay for sidelines and press boxes. Get your program in the game with SportScope, official instant replay provider of the Antler Sports Network. After that 11-yard rush by Benzer, it's going to be 1st down and 10 once again. The Tigers now rolling on offense. 2 out wide, both at the top and bottom of your screen is going to be a keeper for Benzer. Bounces to the right side along the right hashes. Gets stood up immediately at around the 38-yard line. Still pushes forward for an extra yard. That gain of 2 is going to bring it 2nd and 8. On the tackle for Mercy Culture is going to be Walker Hughes. Gets his first tackle of the game. And now the shortest play from scrimmage for the Tigers will now bring them 2nd and long. As Mercy Culture defense, last contest allowed 31 points in a 10-point loss against Waco Live Oak Classical. Before that, a victory over the Cardinals of Plano John Paul II. Here, 2nd and 9. Benzer looking, throws into the flat. It's bobbled, almost hauled in, but it's incomplete. Great dueling coverage by Mercy Culture's number 7, Ethan Emmerich, as well as number 17, Cade Cortina. We've heard about his prowess at the wide receiver position, and a defensive back comes up with a big-time play to make it 3rd and long already for the Tigers. And now decision time coming up for the Sacred Heart coaching staff. They're similar to Mercy Culture on 3rd down, sitting at around 40%. Quick substitution for the Tigers. Checking in is going to be Barrett Standridge, the 5'8 junior. 4 receivers out wide yet again. Slot receivers are going to be Sprouse as well as Noah Schilling. Shotgun snap is going to be a run and immediately snatched up into the backfield. Loss of 3 is going to make it 4th and long. It's been a long time coming, at least for this Mercy Culture defense. They've gotten pressure. They've stood up the run. And as we can see on that SportScope second look, getting into the backfield, making the tackle, Braden Raybuck, the running back defensive lineman, doing the dirty work to make it 4th down and around 12 to go. We have 9 minutes remaining in this first quarter of play, and we're still scoreless, and punt time coming up for Sacred Heart. Back deep to receive for the Royals is Nate Norwood. This is a high arcing punt, not a lot of distance, can take a solid bounce, bounces straight up, and then takes another fantastic roll. This is going to land inside of the 5, down at the 3-yard line, still moving, and gets downed. So now Mercy Culture will trot their offense back onto the field after their defense forces a 4 and out. But at what cost? If they take over 1st and 10 with their backs against the wall, they'll mark it at the 3-yard line. A great punt. by the Tigers, Noah Schilling, the senior, with arguably punt of the year. Booted things off from around the 50. And now Martinez and the MCP offense will go back to work. Right at the bottom of the block A of the Eagles script lettering in the end zone. The Tigers looking to send the heat, and they do. Quick throw to Martinez as high arking's incomplete. Tried to get it to their big target, Nate Norwood, the 6'2 senior. Had him open, just a little bit too much mustard on that one, so it'll bring up second down and 10 with 8:40 to go in the first. Martinez this year has been solid, averaging 122 yards through the air per contest. Has 7 touchdowns on the season. And now with 15 seconds on the play clock, now has a 2nd and 10 from a very comparable position. It'll be a run play right up the middle. Duking to the right side is going to be Raybuck along the right hash. Gets about 2 yards, so that'll give the Royals some breathing room. Now with 3rd and 8 coming up. A very important 3rd and 8.
Number 8, John Anthony Lardizabal up the middle.
Excuse me, that was John Anthony Lardizabal who was on the carry. Raybuck also listed as a running back. We've also seen him as a punter and gone out wide for a snap or two. So, 3rd and 8 coming up. Martinez barking orders, giving a call to both sides, both of his receivers. Has 4 out wide, 8 seconds to get the snap off. Clap of the hands, drops back, quick throw, possible bubble screen, pushing forward on the completion. He gets pushed out of bounds. It's going to be Cade Cortina. But the question is, will they mark it short or not? Thankfully, we do have the beauty of instant replay. As we take a look, the referee's going to mark him short. It's going to be 4th down and 1. And a timeout coming up as we take another look at that catch from Cortina. Coach Riley and company wanting to discuss. We have our first time out of the game, and we'll take it with them. Still scoreless. 7:36 left to go in the first. Back in 30 seconds on the Antler Sports Network. Coach Riley and his Royals taking a timeout, now staring down the barrel of a pretty tough situation. It's going to be 4th down and 2 to go. Sitting at around their 13-yard line. Officials marked it, and instead of 4th and 1, it will, of course, be 4th and 2. There's now both teams coming out of their huddle, and a big play coming up for both ball clubs. Sacred Heart has a man back deep just in case. It's Cameron Kanabe back deep to receive in case they do try to pooch it here. Martinez is under center. Looks like they're going to try to punch this thing. Sacred Heart sending heat. It's going to be a handoff, pushing through, rolls forward. He's going to be short. Sacred Heart comes up with a huge stop on 4th down. And now we'll get it 1st and 10. Ball will be placed at around the 12. The Royals tried to punch it. The Tigers sending the heat, standing firm and forcing the stop. So now Besner will trot back onto the field for this Sacred Heart offense with a prime real estate. 1st and 10 coming up. 7.5 left to go in this first period. Besner has Schilling as his back. They fake the handoff to him. Benzer gets alligator roll down. Loss of 4. It's going to be Jude Mahalski coming up with the TFL. The second TFL for this Mercy Culture Prep defense. And a big play will definitely give him a lot more room to operate, at least defensively. And a huge sigh of relief for this Mercy Culture Prep defense. The loss of 4 will make it 2nd down and 14. Besner under center. Faking the snap. They keep it. Ball comes loose. Mercy Culture Prep falls on it. They say they have it. Official will try to get to the bottom of the pile and give us the official word. Thankfully, we have the beauty of instant replay. Two players on the field still battling for it. The Royals have it. As we take another look, it's going to be Cade Cortina. He does it again. Ball comes out as we look to see who got over it first. And yep, the Royals do indeed fall in, at least from our view. And now looks like the Royals are pretty much start where they left off. First down and 10 coming up with 6:45, a huge turning point for the number 10 team in TAPS Division 4, District 1. So now coming up first and 10. Ball is on the 12-yard line. Martinez puts a man in motion. It's Raybook. He'll roll out to his right. Looking. Gets a block on the outside. Jump throw is complete at the 20. Gain of 8. We'll make it second down and 2. Caught by Raybook. They put Raybook in motion. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered. A huge play to begin the drive.
Second down and about 2 for the Royals.
So we take another look. Martinez, boys, in the pocket. And they rush to the line early. Martinez dropping. Looking to go deep here. Steps up. Has room. Flag is thrown. Gets the first down yardage, but flag was thrown in the realm of holding. As we look to get the official ruling from the White Hat, David Bradbury. It is indeed a holding penalty called against Mercy Culture.
Holding on the Royals.
So that puts the Royals back a tad bit. And negate that last big play by Raybuck. So now instead of second and 2, it's now second and 12.
Second down and long at the 10-yard.
Second down and maybe about, let's say, Alito to go. 6 minutes flat and rolling. Left in quarter number 1. Martinez back in shotgun. 4 receivers, 2 on both sides. Handoff. They're going to get him to the original line of scrimmage, but probably not more than that. So now a big third down coming up. That's a handoff to Raybuck. Now brings up another big third down. As Martinez gets the play call from the sideline and trots back into the Royals huddle. The Royals got the football back after trying to go for it on 4th down on their last offensive drive. Came up a yard short on the second play of that following Tigers drive. Fumbled it, and Cortina was able to scoop it up. Martinez looking to throw. Steps back. Breaks a tackle. Rolls out. Jump throw. Almost caught. Also almost intercepted. Getting a hand on it was the 5'10 junior DB Mario Ochoa. So now that brings up 4th down again for the Royals. Both teams' offenses have pretty much stalled it to a halt. As Kanabe will go back to receive the kick. His heel standing just off screen at his own 44-yard line, at his own 47-yard line. As Utley looks to kick, line drive kick, takes a solid bounce. The kick will indeed flip fields and still rolling. And the Royals down at the 41-yard line, at the 42-yard line, so that's where the Tigers will take back over 1st and 10. As Besner comes back onto the field, he's already been sacked twice. Now with 12 and 3. With 4:50 left to go. Still scoreless. If you're listening on ASN Radio, the Tigers taking over on offense, going from left to right on your radio dials. As Besner, silent count, drops back. Has a rush. It's a screen. Breaking out to the outside on the catch and eventually getting brought down. But out before getting a gain of 4 is going to be Hayden Sprouse. Great job by Besner to let the play develop. However, that Mercy Culture pass rush again sending the heat
caught 3 of their plays already. That's it.
Now 2nd down and 6 coming up after the screen completion. Ball is about at the, let's call it the 45.5-yard line, not quite to the 46. 3 out wide, 1 lone receiver at the top of the screen. It's going to be a high snap, fake. Throw by Bessner is almost picked off. Great hand by John Anthony Larzabal. Almost able to pick it off, and now 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Tigers. Even though the offense has stalled, the Royals defense has definitely supported them. And now with another big 3rd down opportunity coming up for MCP. Important to note, they called a timeout earlier in this quarter with 4:06 remaining after the incompletion. Larzabal is first deflection of the contest. Bessner was shilling his running back. Silent count snap. Play action fake. Looking. Has a man across the middle. It's caught. Diving catch is made by Amito Villa. Villa beat his man down deep. Bessner had the patience to stay in the pocket and make the strike. Down and around the 20-yard line, it's going to be 1st down. Once again for Sacred Heart. Barrett Standridge, the junior, will check in as a receiver now after the big play. Now 1st and 10 from the 21. Past 3.5. Clock still rolling after the big play. Snap is bobbled. It's going to be a keeper. Bessner will take it himself. Juke to the outside. Flag is thrown. Bounce out of bounds at around the 10. So now the Bessner run now in danger of being completely negated. Barring this penalty, looks like it might be a holding call. It is indeed a holding called against the Tigers. So that big run up by the junior will now be sent back. That penalty will now make it 1st and 20 instead of what was bound to be, at worst, maybe 2nd down and 1. 2 lone receivers, those receivers being Ben Sicking as well as Noah Schilling. It's going to be a handoff delayed to Villa. Villa gets bounced behind the line at the 30, loss of 2. The Mercy Culture Rush once again getting into the backfield. Tackle made by Walker Hughes, his 2nd TFL of the game. They'll give him no gain after the freshman once again coming up big. Hughes, one of the more consistent tacklers on this Mercy Culture defensive front. And a fun fact, that last fumble earlier in the quarter, another game with a fumble. They have forced a fumble in every game except for the first 2 of the season. Throw to the outside is caught. In stride is Villa. Villa gets bounced out of bounds, maybe at the line to gain. What will they give him? They'll mark him a yard short. However, either way you slice it, folks, another big-time play by Villa through the air. So Villa with a gain of about 19.5. We'll make it 3rd down and the length of the football to go. Quick substitution once more. Hayden Sprouse will check back in. As the Tigers with another big 3rd down. Operating from the left hash. It's going to be a keeper. Bessner pushes through. What was intended to just be a need for 1 yard now turns into a gain of 4. And 1st and goal coming up. First down and goal now. Ball's at the 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first period. Still scoreless. It's been the longest possession by either team. Easily the best in terms of pure net yardage. Bessner, strong toss. to Kanabe. It's going to be a keeper. No, thought he was going to throw it, but instead will rush it. Gain of 3 will make it second down and goal as the clock will continue to run. Kanabe cocked back as if he was going to try to throw it if he had a man in the back of the end zone, but he did not. As Standridge will check in for Ben Sicking. Now second and goal coming up from the 6. Besner has Schilling as his running back. 3 receivers. Bunch at the top of your screen. Man in motion. Shovel pass. Turn it the other way. Looking at getting dropped behind the line again is Hayden Sprouse. Another TFL for the Royals defense. This time it's going to be Benjamin Utley. Now third and goal from the 10. When they got inside of the 10, the ball was placed at the 7. But the Royals defense, once again, standing firm. With 34 seconds left, 14 on the play clock. Could possibly be maybe the last play before the end of the first. Benzer begins his soft count. High snap. Faking the handoff. Juking, but gets alligator rolled again. Loss of 1. Benzer broke 1 defender, but right there behind him was Julius Owens, coming up with a huge hit. That will most likely finish off the first. And indeed it will. It's been a great first quarter so far for the Mercy Culture Preparatory defense. And they're looking to continue it heading into the second. We're still scoreless after 1. Sacred Heart and the Royals locking horns. Back in 1 minute on the Antler Sports Network. It was a big defensive play that concluded the second and has gotten us to our current point. With a drive that got the Tigers down to the Royals 8, sitting on first and goal. 2 tackles for a loss and a rush for no gain has gotten us here. Fourth and goal coming up. Man in motion for Sacred Heart. It's going to be a shovel toss. Breaking to the outside, looking for space to Sprouse. Sprouse turns the corner, gets spun, pushes forward, doesn't get into the end zone. The Royals stop him. So yet another stop on 4th and goal for the Royals defense. And the flip side of the coin, the Royals offense gets to trot back onto the field once again with their backs against the wall. Exactly where they started their last offensive drive, on their own 3-yard line. We passed 10 seconds in this second quarter, and neither team has been able to move the football on each other's defense. It has been a defensive stalemate in our matinee matchup. Now Martinez and company, in those sleek all-black uniforms, will try back onto the field. Well, 5 seconds to get a snap off here. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1. They get it off. No, don't think so. False start penalty. No, it will be a delay of game called instead. The back judge initially motioned for false start, but the delay of game will push him half the distance to the goal. And now they will begin their drive. Now from the 2, looking at 1st and 12. Clap of the hands. It's going to be a handoff in the end zone, and it's a safety. Couldn't get out of the end zone. And for the first time in Antler Sports Network history, whether that be college or high school broadcast, we have ourselves a safety. For the very first time. We've covered high school football for 3 years now. And we have never seen a safety until today. It is 2-0 with 11:45 left to go. And as they get set to kick things off, we'll take a short break. Back in 30 seconds on the Antler Sports Network. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you went for the under in this game, fair to say you might be a happy guy or gal, as we have a little bit of history. For the very first time, we have a safety in a Texas high school football contest, and that's how Sacred Heart gets onto the board first. As Mercy Coach Brett will boot things off, and we will resume play. Man, oh man. Honestly, if you've been tuning in since the beginning of this game, we've seen how stifling both defenses have been. So honestly, a safety seems like the only way, either a safety or a pick six will be the only way to open up the scoring. My oh my, folks. Has to kick things away is going to be Pierce James, the 5'9" 170-pound senior. They have elected for a place kick instead of a punt-style drop kick. Back deep to receive for Sacred Heart is going to be Sicking, as well as Amadeo Villa. Line drive kick. Bounces over the head of Villa, but he ends up corralling it. Breaking the corner. Gets to around midfield, still pushing forward. Gets brought down at the 48. A net gain on the return of about 14 yards. So now Sacred Heart will take over 1st and 10. Tackle made by Harper Haggerton, the sophomore's first tackle of the contest. We take another look at the safety that's given us our current score of, yes, you're reading it right, folks, and your ears do not deceive you, listeners on ASN Radio. 2-0 is our score. 1st and 10 coming up for Besner and company. Besner in the gun. 3 receivers jumbled up. Throw going downfield. Got a man, a snag. No, it's incomplete. Kanabe was the intended target. And guess who saves him? It's the man who's been everywhere on the defense today, Cade Cortina. So we take another look. Besner seemed like he might have had just enough to muster on that ball to try to get it downfield. With double coverage for MCP, swooping in right on time to force the incompletion and make it 2nd down and 10 with 11:29 left to go in the 2nd quarter of play. Same formation as the previous play, but flip. It's going to be a keeper. Flag is thrown. And a false start coming up, most likely. Although we've seen crazier things already in this game. Nope, it's going to be a delay of game penalty instead. Going to get the snap off in time.
5-yard penalty on the Tigers.
That'll nudge them back 5 and make it 2nd and 15. Because now the 25-second play clock will roll again. Another substitution. Sicking will come back in, and Standridge will come out. Nate Norwood, the big 6'2", 165-pounder. The lone safety for Mercy Culture. Shotgun snap. It's going to be a handoff to Schilling, and Schilling gets stuffed. Gain of 2. Now big third down coming up for the Tigers in no man's land. For a Mercy Culture Prep defense that has been about as perfect as you can be. If you want to get technical, haven't given up a point yet. With 11 minutes left to go and still rolling. The Royals have 2 timeouts. The Tigers, all 3 of theirs. Tigers on offense going from right to left on your device. Rolling out. Throw. Wild as he throws. It's complete to Villa. Villa pushes forward. Gain of 8. Will not be enough, though. They'll make it a gain of 7. 4th and 6 coming up now. Knocking on the door midfield. Ball's on the 49-yard line. Understandably so, they're going to keep this offense on the field. I mean, with your defense playing as well as it has, and even forcing a safety, I feel pretty comfortable as well going forward. About as in no man's land as no man's land can get. Shotgun snap. It's going to be a keeper. Rolling out. High arcing throw. Wobbles through the air. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs. Mercy Culture will take the football back. I see no flags with 10:04 left to go. Now with solid field position, if you're Coach Sean Riley and the rest of this Royals coaching staff, you have to think now is the time to get something on the board. Now 1st and 10 for Mercy Culture from the 47-yard line. Their own 47-yard line, that is. Ball's on top of the tee of the Trinity Christian Academy Eagle logo. Marking midfield. 4 receivers and a diamond set at the bottom of your screen. Martinez. It's going to be a screen. Caught. Blocks are upfield, pushing through. Solid gain. Catch is hauled in by Larzabal once again. And one of the more unique screen setups we've seen this season from any ball club, college or high school. Solid gain of 6 is going to bring up 2nd and 4. Larzabal, a big target in its own right. Plenty of big targets for this Mercy Culture offense. As now the huddle breaks, huddle disperses. 2nd and short. Inside of Tiger territory. Bobbling the snap is Martinez. Gets a solid block. Rolls out. Steps up. Throws. It's incomplete. Officials wanting a flag. Intended target was Norwood. And thankfully we have the beauty of instant replay to see if the desires for a flag are justified. As Martinez pretty much making something out of nothing. Gets a great block on the outside. The throw, I don't know. In coverage was the quarterback, Clayton Besner. What I will say, to play devil's advocate, if a flag was thrown, I wouldn't be too upset or surprised. Bubble outside of Norwood again. He catches this one, gets the first down, still pushing forward to the 40. And a 6-7 yard gain will move the sticks. They go to the big fella once again. And it's exactly what the doctor ordered. 1st and 10. Great blocks upfield. Use of that outside to get into the flat. Breaks through almost 3 tackles there to continue to play. Now 1st and 10. Martinez looking to throw again. Has a man in the flat. 2-tap. Tony 2-tap by Cade Cortina on the sideline. Is going to be a solid gain of 5. Make that 6 rather. 2nd down and 4 coming up. Now the Royals offense seems to be gaining some momentum. Cooking with Crisco. With 8:42 left to go. After the Cortina reception. Clap of the hands, 4 out wide. Martinez gets a block, breaks 1 tackle, hit as he throws. It's got him, and it's caught! Caught along the outside! It tackled! Not before getting first down yardage by Cortina again. Cade Cortina has been putting on a show on both sides of the ball. Martinez breaking one tackle, two, rolls out, catch. So now first down coming up after the magician. Landon Martinez makes it happen again to continue the drive. 1st and 10. Quick bubble screen is immediately blown up, and it's going to be a loss. Pass caught, ironically, by Cortina on the TFL is Cameron Kanabe. Kanabe with the TFL is going to be a loss of 1, 2nd and 11 for the Royals. A Royals team that has dominated through the air so far. Haven't rushed for 100-plus yards on the ground since week 4. And why keep it on the ground if your passing attack has been as great as it has been today? Martinez directing traffic. He's going to keep it. Head down. Big time. Truck gets out of bounds. Oh, boy. Martinez putting his body on the line. Trucking Villa. Keeping it himself. Tough gain of around 9. We'll make it 3rd down and 2. So now a big 3rd down. Coming up once again for Mercy Culture. Martinez. Clap of the hands. Throws across the middle. It's caught. Caught inside of the 10. 1st down and goal coming up for the Royals. This Royals offense, the best they've looked all day long so far, with 6:40 and counting remaining in the first half of play. This offense coming in right where they needed it. Ball is placed on the 9 after the catch. The pitch and catch from Martinez. Interesting thing to note, 6'2" Norwood, the lone receiver at the bottom of your screen, has 2 defenders shadowing him though. Martinez throw. It's incomplete. Pass was intended for Cortina. But the Tigers defense, the Tigers secondary draped all over him. Fair to say they wanted to at least try to go to Norwood. But the 2 DBs, that being Villa and Besner, shadowing him there on the right side of the field. As Martinez gets the play call. 6:12 remaining in the first half. Sacred Heart with a 2-0 advantage after a safety just a few minutes ago. Martinez with 4 wide. Steps up. He's going to take it himself. Jukes to the left. Pushes through. Gets brought down but out before gaining 3. 3rd down and goal coming up. On the tackle for the Tigers, it's going to be Jake Hess, the junior, 6 foot, 210-pounder, getting his first tackle of the game. Now another big 3rd down, this time 3rd and goal. A lot on the line here. That completion will march us down to around the 5.5-minute mark. With how slow, methodical this Sacred Heart offense has been so far, this could be their only chance at the first half to get some points on the board. Martinez fakes the toss. One-on-one ball is tipped and intercepted. No, it's incomplete. Intended for Cortina right in front of the pylon, but unable to haul it in. The Tigers almost able to get an interception there, as Villa and Besner both have been holding down that right side of the field and have done it to a great degree so far. Now 4th down coming up, and it looks like they'll take the points and try to go for 3 here. As Peters James, the senior, who looked great in pregame warm-ups, Martinez the holder. The snap, the kick is up, through, and true. The Royals get on the board and take, yes, a 1-point lead It is 3-2 with 5:13 left to go. No, folks, you're not watching baseball. We're not taking a time out from a basketball game, but we will still give our sponsors a chance at a message. Back after this on ASN 1 and ASN Radio. No, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive thee. With 5:13 left to go, with a field goal from the Royals, they are up here at home 3-2. Winner of this one gets one of the driver's seat for at least the third spot in TAP's Division 4, District 1. A very important game for both teams. And now with Pierce, who converted the field goal just moments ago before the break, we'll get ready to boot things off once again. Again, 5:13 left to go in the first half. Tigers have two men back deep. It's Sicking as well as Villa back deep to receive. Martinez tried to punch it in on a fake toss keeper. They tried to throw it to Cortina in the front of the end zone. That was incomplete. And that was on 4th and goal, so they'll settle for 3. Rolling kick. Trying to stop a deep return is taken by Villa. Villa breaks across, right sideline at the 40, breaks a tackle, brought down at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up. That's Villa with a fantastic return. 21-yard return by the senior, the super senior. So far today has been great. With 5:05 left to go now. The Tigers will take over, knocking on the door of Royals territory. A Royals defense that has stopped them numerous times today. Now 1st and 10 coming up for Sacred Heart. A school that had their first classes back in 1925. Blitz coming. Throw is complete right in the breadbasket of Villa. Villa turns the corner at the 40, brought down out of bounds. 1st down yardage, gain of 13 will move the sticks. Besner, even with this Mercy Culture prep defensive pass rush draped all over him, able to find a man open along the numbers. Tackles made by the Royals, Larzabal. 1st and 10 coming up. Got out of bounds, so the clock will halt at 4:51. Besner keeps it, breaks out, has a block. Stiff arm breaks one tackle. Jukes breaks another, gets bounced out of bounds after a gain of 13. Move the sticks again. Back-to-back 1st down plays for the Tigers on offense. And they get out of bounds to stop the clock with 4:41 left to go in the first half of play. You see both of these quarterbacks, both Martinez and Besner, both not afraid to call their own numbers and get some yards on the ground. Quick substitution being made by Sacred Heart. 4 out wide, 2 slot receivers. Besner has a single back to his left, that back being Schilling. They'll hand it off. No, it's a keeper. Besner gets brought down, almost DDT tackled by Braden Raybuck. Another TFL for him. That's his 3rd on the day.
It'll bring up 2nd down.
Loss of 1 will make it 2nd down and 11 to go. And more importantly, the clock will move. Even with relatively small visitor stands. Both teams solid attendance here for a very early start. Earliest game we've had all season here on this Saturday morning. Kickoff was at about 11:02. Shovel passes immediately met Kanabe. Isn't going to get far, and instead will lose yardage. Loss of 3 will send them back to the 30. Tigers trying a little razzle-dazzle to their detriment. And it looks like a timeout will be called At Sacred Heart, we'll talk things over. And as they do, we'll give our sponsors a chance at a message. It's 3-2 with 3:47 left to go. Back in 1 minute on the ASN and ASN Radio. Coming back after the timeout, passes across the middle, bobbled down, incomplete. With 3:42 left to go in the first half, it's going to be 4th down and 14 coming up for the Tigers. Don't think we could possibly see a field goal, as if they tried to go for a field goal, that'd be about 45 plus yards. And nope, the offense will stay on the field. Besner in the gun, has 4 out wide, 2 slots. Schilling once again is back. Drops back, looking, throws, lays it out there. Caught! It's caught into the end zone! Touchdown Tigers!
Touchdown by the Tigers, number 17,
Amadeo Villa with a miraculous catch at double coverage. Besner gets it right where he needed it to be and into the end zone. And our first touchdown of the game is an absolute screamer, as Besner will finish the job with a possible PAT. The snap, hole kick is no good. However, even with that, a fantastic play to finish off the drive. Our new score, with 3:32 left, it's 8-3 Sacred Heart. Back in 1 minute from the ASF family of platforms, this is Texas High School Football. It was his touchdown throw, a great touchdown throw. Good for 38 yards with 3:32 left to go in the first half. That gives us our current score. No, you're not reading my latest golf score. No, you're not reading my odometer or miles to empty in my vehicle. You're looking at an actual score, ladies and gentlemen. 5-point game. We've seen a safety, we've seen a field goal, and we've seen a great touchdown in double coverage. That's given us our current standing. Besner stepping back to boot things off yet again. Back deep to receive for the Royals. It's going number 15, Nate Norwood. Standing to the left. It's a line drive kick, not a lot of distance at all. It bounced to the 40, the Royals touched it, and Sacred Heart comes up with the football. My word! Besner with an unconventional kick. Not even really an onside. Took an awkward bounce at around the 37. And getting on top of it is Ben Sicking. With 3.5 left to go, Sacred Heart will take the football back. 1st and 10 in prime field position to strike once again before the half concludes. Holy Toledo. As the Tigers offense comes back onto the field, it's 1st and 10 from the 35. Have a stoppage of play by the referee. Now counting off players before the drive, and a flag is thrown length. The yellow hanky has fallen again.
Flag on the play.
Too many men on the field called against Sacred Heart. So now that'll bring up 1st and 15 after the penalty. Either way, great opening field position for the Tigers after their quarterback, Clayton Besner, gives a wobbly kick and falls on the football. Quick throw intended for Villa. It's bobbled twice, incomplete. Raybuck was there in coverage, and thankfully that ball was thrown past the line of scrimmage, well, that could have been trouble for the Tigers. Both teams sitting on 2 timeouts. 3:24 left to go in the first half. 8-3 our score. In a game that has seen some of it all, to say the absolute least. Besner with 2 out wide, a tight end, and a single back. It's going to be a keeper. Takes a block. And eventually bring him down after a gain of 2. On the tackle for the Royals is going to be Raybuck again. 3rd and 13 coming up for Mercy Culture defense. 3 minutes and counting. Once again, another reminder. Both teams sitting on 2 timeouts apiece. Clock is rolling. 2:54 left to go in the first half. Besner with 4 receivers. He's going to throw. Has a man across the middle. It's batted down. Fantastic hand by Judah Grule. A touchdown saving deflection. And if he doesn't already play basketball for the Royals, fair to say he might have just got himself at least a 6-man spot with a great deflection downfield. With 2:39 left to go. 4th and 13 on the way. Here we go. 4th and long after the incompletion. Snap is bobbled. Besner steps up, looking. Hit as he throws. Has a man. End zone incomplete. Coverage by Norwood. As Besner was crushed as he threw. And the Mercy Culture pass rush once again, forcing a big-time stop on 4th down. So now that brings up pretty much a perfect situation. The Royals offense will drive back onto the field. 1st and 10 with 2:31 left to go. 1st and 10 from the 38 with 2 timeouts in their back pocket to use. Plenty of weapons, plenty of field position, and plenty of extra resources now. They'll operate from the left hash. Diamond receiver stack at the bottom of your screen once again. Last time they ran it, it was a screen play. Could possibly see it again, and we do. Looking, Martinez. First read breaks down. Pass is intended for Raybuck. Looks like Raybuck was dropped as he was looking to go for the catch there. As Martinez's first read broke down, we'll take a second look. And definitely enough evidence there, at least by our view, to constitute a pass interference. However, no whistle blown. 2nd down and 10. The clock stopped at 2:25. Martinez looking to go long here. directing traffic. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to take it himself. Flag is thrown late. Needs to get out of bounds. He stays in bounds, but the penalty flag will stop the clock momentarily. However, it could also be to the Royals' detriment, as it looks like it just may be a holding call, and indeed it is. Holding penalty called against the Royals. So now 2nd down and 20. Coming up after the flag. So that'll definitely be a monkey wrench into this offensive drive. Instead of taking over, knocking on the door Tiger territory, they'll take back over 2nd and a country mile. About 2nd down and middle of the end to go from their own 29. 4 receivers, both stacked. Martinez, poised, steps up, looking to run, slides down after gaining 3. So now 3rd down and 17 coming up, and the clock's still moving. 1:45 left to go. As Martinez comes over to the sideline again to note. Just going to mention their timeouts to Coach Riley and company. We'll take one of them. He'll have one more in his back pocket. Let's see what he does with it. Back in 1 minute. 8-3, Tigers up here on the road. After the Royals timeout, 1:40 left to go. They'll have one left. Now with what the officials are marking as 2nd and 15 coming up. Martinez drops back, rolling, looking to throw. Gets rolled and brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. On the TFL is Luke Felderhoff, the 5'9", 170-pound junior. One of the biggest plays, not just of the quarter, but of the contest. And now have a stoppage of play. And it looks like Sacred Heart will take a timeout of their own to talk things over. And as they do, we'll be back once again in 30 seconds. Minute 29 left to go here on the Antler Sports Network. So, after another timeout, this last one by the Tigers of Sacred Heart. Still a minute 29 left to go. However, the Royals with their backs against the wall. 3rd down and 23 to go for MCP. After the TFL from Felderhoff that is. Throw, Martinez downfield for Norwood is incomplete. However, flag is thrown back at the line of scrimmage, and it looks like it is going to be against the Royals again. It was a holding penalty that put him in this yardage predicament. No, it's an offsides penalty called against the Tigers. So now that 10-yard penalty makes things a tad bit easier, about as easy as they can get. Third down and almost 20 to go. Martinez drops back. Rush coming. Steps up and through. Throw on the run. It's caught. Sliding catch is complete. Caught by Smeltzer. Gets them maybe to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 10. We'll make it fourth down and about 9 to go. So it looks like they're going to just punt this football away with 50 seconds and counting. Back deep to receive for Sacred Heart is Kanabe again. And what has been a very eventful first half of football. High arcing snap, goes behind the kicker's head. Rolling back, it gets brought down is Utley. Sprouse making the tackle. Snap had a little too much mustard on it. And now Sacred Heart will get it back first and 10 with a timeout and 30 seconds left. And more importantly, prime field position as we take another look with our SportsScope Instant Replay, official replay provider of the Antler Sports Network and programs across the country. So, this is where things get interesting now. The Tigers, recently ranked 6th in TAPS Division 4. As the quarterback, Besner, trots back onto the field. As it looks like it's a penalty also that might have been called against Mercy Culture, and it has. This will move the football up some more, most likely.
Penalty on the Royals.
Yep, indeed it is. So now instead of first and 10 from around the 20, it's going to be first and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Right outside the 10-yard line.
Wow. If our own Zach Arnold was here, he would be preaching about field position right now. Besner, keeper, needs an outside block. He gets it, breaks one tackle, fights through, gets out of bounds, so the clock will stop. He will be short, though. Second down and maybe a yard to go. Went on the official spot. No, they're going to make it second down and 2. If they can get to the 2, they'll get a fresh set of downs. Substitution made by the Royals here. 24 seconds left to go in the first half. The Tigers do have a timeout. They have a lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. That receiver being Standridge. It's going to be a keeper. Besner fights through. End zone short. No, touchdown Tigers.
Touchdown for the Tigers.
Besner's pretty much gotten him here. And he finishes off the drive with a 3-yard touchdown rush. And now looking to cap it all off with a PAT. With 18 seconds left. Here in Willow Park, Royals fans, understandably so, stunned. As Besner's PAT, it's a fake. Breaking to the outside is Villa. He isn't going to get any yardage out of that one, let alone get into the end zone. So with the unsuccessful PAT, with 18 seconds left to go in the half, the Tigers get the football back and score, but not much more after that. 18 seconds remaining, back in 30 seconds. Sacred Heart gets back on the board with 18 seconds left to go in the half. But the PAT, a fake PAT attempt, is unsuccessful. That gives us our score. The Tigers 14, the Royals 3. Besner ready to boot things off once again. And what could possibly be the very last play of this first half. A very eventful first half, to say the least. Highlights will be posted later on this afternoon, right here on the ASN YouTube channel, as are all the highlights of ASN broadcasts on ASN 1 and 2. You can also tune into all Antler Sports Network games, no matter where you are, via ASN Radio, online at antlersn.com/listen. Besner boots it off. Pooch kick, not a lot of distance. Going to be fielded at around the 20. Now at the 25-30. Breaking to the outside at the 35-40. Looking at midfield. Breaking inside at the 45-40. Shoots forward. Can take it all the way at the 25-20. 10, 5. Goal line. Touchdown Royals. Oh my goodness. Loads the ball. Takes it 70 yards to the house with 4 seconds remaining in the half. Mercy Culture has life. What a return. What a momentum shift heading into the locker rooms. It's now 9-14. Barring any flags or stoppages,
Timeout number 3 taken by Munster.
as it looks like Sacred Heart has used a timeout to try to collect themselves after what was a massive play. Dare I say the biggest play of the game. As Lartzabal,
Correction, timeout taken by the Royals.
that was a correction. Looks like that was a timeout taken by Mercy Culture Prep. They now have no timeouts remaining to try to catch their breath. Now here's where the mind game comes in. 4 seconds left to go. Here for this PAT. A successful field goal PAT makes it a 4-point game. However, a successful 2-point conversion only puts you down a field goal coming into the break. Sacred Heart will get the opening kick of the second half to note. So to be down 3 heading into the locker rooms isn't that bad of a shake. Here we go. Martinez will 4 out wide and a back. Drops back, rolls to his right immediately. Looking to throw. Across the middle, it's incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
So now,
Score remains 14-10.
barring anything unforeseen, we could possibly be looking at maybe the last play of the half. I don't know. Nobody knows. Sure won't surprise me. 4 seconds left after this huge return from Lartzabal. 70-yard touchdown run off the kick. 14-9. Back after this on the Antler Sports Network. And what began as a low-scoring defensive slugfest has now turned into a game that I would suggest out watching before checking with your doctor to make sure you're not prone to any heart attacks. It has been a roller coaster, folks. 4 seconds left to go. 19-9-14, our score. Let's now boot things away once again. Rolling kick. Will it go out of bounds? No, as Villa takes it and steps out of bounds at the 5. That kick looked like it might have rolled out of bounds and forced a penalty for illegal procedure off the James kick. And now maybe chance, dare I say, Sacred Heart trying to pull something out of their bag of tricks to maybe get one more play into the end zone to try to score. I don't know. They do have a timeout for whatever it's worth. Wow. First and 10 coming up. Ball's going to be placed at, let's call it the 5. Coaches will mark it at the 5. We've already seen it all, and it wouldn't surprise me if we saw more. As it looks like the Tigers are just going to knee this one down and head to the locker rooms. And indeed they do. Knee is taken, and we are heading to the break. We have hit halftime in Willow Park in a game that has seen many ups and downs, and we still have 2 more quarters of football, ladies and gentlemen. 14-9 is our score. Well, the second half and more coming up after this from the ASN family of platforms. This is Texas High School football.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter. Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Gets it to Coleman. It's got to make something happen and quick, and it's swatted away. Big time block. Loose ball foul is called. Again, gets it stolen. Trey Boston picked up clean. Great bounce pass, open floor. Layup is good. Litsky's free throws, no good. Rebound brought down by McKenzie. McKenzie rises, swatted but behind by Washington. Brought down by Benet. Benet gives it to Talton Jr. Up the floor. Litsky for two. Counting in the deuce. He falls, no foul call though, to Wilson. Wilson spins, lays, yes! 3:07 on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Talton around the world and an extra stop at the airport for two. Bounding teams in the country. Step back, slow hesitation, dribble by Boston. Boston gets it stolen away. Talton, the jam. Dribbling to the left side, taking the double screen is Boston. Boston swings to Washington, jab step, pull up long three. Got it. The games last year, college pedigree is in his blood. Washington, three ball, making it back to back. He's got the lucky bounce. Stolen away by Talton Jr. Running, Litsky, the rise, the jam. Now to Talton Jr. Junior, the former Arlington Martin Warrior. A lot of DFW talent on this team. Talton fadeaway is good. He'll let one fly. No good. Strong rebound. Going back up. And it's good. It's Davion Coleman. And a fantastic bucket to expand the LSU Shreveport lead. Litsky rises. Counting and the foul. As that one in-law around Thanksgiving with 2:27 left. Talton Jr. for three. Bottoms. It's cash. Through contact, won't go. Gets the rebound, follows up, counted and the bucket. Corner to reset. McKenzie to Litsky. Litsky, head fakes, throws it down. Steps back, looks, directing traffic. To Litsky, the rise, the layup and foul. McKenzie gets it tipped by Washington. Washington, open bucket, he slams it home. What a jam. Eventually met and stolen away by Hill. Hill, leeway pass to Murray. Murray gets it swatted by Hamlin, blocked out of bounds. Flanagan surveying the floor, looking for the Murray screen, gets it. A little bit of space, drives up and under. He's got it. Murray, ball goes on the floor a little bit. Talton picks it up. In and out dribble to the right side. Fakes, dish, good for two. The mismatch on him. They'll try to take advantage of it. Washington switches on to him. They get it to him anyway. Rises to slam. 5 on the shot clock. 4, 3, 2, open 3. It's good. A rises. No good. Washington tips it. Benet gets it. Litsky rises. Slam. Included. They get it into Litsky. Litsky one-on-one against Washington. Layup. Great touch around the hoop. It's good. Away. Great active hands by Coleman. Coleman on the break. Euro step. B. English in the 2. Hill on the right wing. Dribble drive by Coleman. Through contact. Got it. Tough bucket. 3-point lead for LSU Shreveport. And the big time jam. Going down the hammer. And the Pilots looking to push it here. Up the floor. Toe tap catch by Coleman. Coleman pulled up from 13. Rattles in. And the Pilots are back in front. Phillips, Dylan Phillips, the former Humble Creek Bulldog, 6'3", out of Humble, Texas. Still scoreless in the jam. Hey. Uzuakbi getting the turnover and the layup on the other side by Melvin Flanagan.
We dream big at Fort Worth ISD and have the academic and extracurricular programs to back it up. reach for it, and dream big. Choose Fort Worth ISD.
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
quarter just a moment away from us here in Willow Park, Texas. Nice and quiet Willow Park, away from the hustle and bustle of the mainline Metroplex. Just a football throw away from Interstate 20 in a game that has gone back and forth, left and right, and every direction in between. Mercy Culture sending a kick into the end zone, returning a kick into the end zone, with just 4 seconds remaining in the first half. As we take another look here, just ridiculous. And honestly, right in line with how this game has gone so far. We've seen a safety, we've seen field goals, we've seen miraculous touchdown throws. We have seen it all, ladies and gentlemen. Jared Jones, happy to be with you at Eagle Stadium, home of the TCA, Trinity Christian Academy Eagles. Another thank you to TCA and the Eagles Athletic Department for allowing Mercy Culture to host today's game here and allowing the ASN to shack up and deliver this morning's broadcast. A matinee matchup. We kicked off at about 11 a.m. We are set to go for half number 2. Sacred Heart will be taking the opening kickoff of the second half. If you're listening over on ASN Radio, they'll be going from right to left on your respective devices. Mercy Culture in their all black tops and bottoms with pink accents, a lot of pink socks and shoes, as well as pink on the officials. They would like for me to let all of you guys know that they will be celebrating all October Breast Cancer Awareness Month with pink wristbands on their accessories. We are set to go for half number 2. Taking the opening kick the other way is going to be Spruce. Spruce breaks to the outside along the 40, gets bounced out of bounds, and that will give us 1st and 10 to begin the second half. If you like defense, then you loved the first 2 quarters of this game. As we've passed 9 seconds, 11:51 left to go. Both teams have 3 of their fresh timeouts, and we are set. As the officials talk things over, the 2 officials in question being the referee, David Bradbury, as well as the line judge, John Zam. Possibly looking to see where to spot the ball. I don't see any penalty markers on the field. As now Zam is going to have a quick chat with Royals head coach Sean Riley. As they exchange a few words, and now it looks like we might be back to regularly scheduled play. And indeed we are. Sacred Heart will take back over. 1st and 10. Opening drive will start at the 25-yard line. Clayton Besner, the quarterback, the junior, has been stellar today. Takes the first play of the half and a solid gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 coming up already for the Tigers. The Tigers team that with a win today can inch 1 step closer into that 2nd seed in district, right behind the Falcons of Waco Live Oak Classical, who lost their contest, a non-district contest, 19-14 just last night to Magnolia Legacy Prep, as Besner gets eventually wrestled down. Loss of 1. As now 3rd down and long coming up, 3rd and 5 to be exact. Tackle made by Larzabal. We said his name a lot today. With 11 minutes flat remaining in the 3rd period. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Tigers. Another big 3rd down. 3rd down has, of course, been the money down for both teams on offense and defense, respectively. It's now the break of the huddle. 10 seconds to get the play off. 4 out wide, the slot receivers being Villa as well as Spruce. It's going to be a handoff to Schilling. Schilling breaks and gets tackled again. Ball comes out. Still waiting on the official signal. Don't know if they're going to mark it Royals ball. Either way, it's Larzabal again with a big TFL. I'm not too sure if he's marked down or not. Thankfully, we can go back and take a look. And nope, official say he's down. And a great call. As now 4th and 10 coming up and punt time for Sacred Heart. Waiting, stutter step. It is a high arcing kick. Takes a hard bounce. Rolls, takes a great Tiger roll to around the 39. And that's where the Royals would take over on offense for the first time this half, 1st and 10. So a big defensive stop in what was thought to be a fumble. As we take another look at that play here, as Martinez and the rest of the Royals offense trots back onto the field. It was a run by Schilling. Ball came out. However, he was already marked down by contact, so thus resulting in the 4th and 10. And now after the punt, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. The Royals operating from left to right now with 9:44 left to go in the 3rd. Martinez sets him in motion. It's Cortina. Cortina, the exchange bobbled. He keeps it, however. Turns back, gets speared. Gets to the original line of scrimmage. Tackles made by John Dill. The 5'9", 200-pound senior with his first tackle of the game. And Cortina, the rest of the Royals offense, a huge sigh of relief. A bobbled exchange that could have spelled trouble. For Cortina, able to collect the football, turn back corner. 9:15 and counting. And get to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now. After the Cortina run, he goes back in motion. They fake the handoff. Martinez in trouble. Gets out of traffic, spins, and gets brought down. Loss of 4. Martinez tried to spin out of danger. However, Sacred Heart was able to get rushers in on him early and quickly. First one to get there for Sacred Heart was Jake Hess. And now with 3rd and 14 coming up, with 8.5 and counting, Hughes goes in motion. Diamond formation for the receivers. Screen coming out again, and it's incomplete. The officials mark it dead. It will not be a live ball, so that incompletion will bring up another quick 4 and out for the Royals offense. So after forcing the 4 and out and getting the ball back via punt, Mercy Culture unable to do anything with it. Now it's Ritchie awaiting the snap to try to boot things away. Here's a great kick. Fair catch is called for and made at the 28-yard line by Kanabe. Last time the Tigers had the football, it was almost disaster. Thankfully, their defense came back onto the field, able to get the stop, and now we'll get the football back pretty much exactly where they got it on the last possession. 1st and 10. Exactly where they got it, actually, at the 29-yard line. Sacred Heart giving up that 70-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. But out before a 3-yard touchdown rush by Benzer. As Benzer lays one out there. Jumping ball is incomplete. Pass intended by Kanabe, intended for Kanabe. As Benzer, as his game goes on, continuing to show folks he is not afraid to let the football fly and try to air it out. Triple covered, however. The Royal secondary there once again for deflection number 4 of the game. With 8:08 left to go in the 3rd quarter now. So far, the second half not as eventful as we saw in the first half. 4 out wide. Schilling the running back for Besner. Besner drops back, looking to throw. Flush out of the pocket. Runs. Diving at the ankles, not going to get him. However, rolling for the tackle is going to be Walker Hughes. Besner able, however, to get 2 yards out of it, but not much more than that. So now 3rd down and 8's coming up after the short run for little gain. So now 7.5 and counting. Empty backfield for Besner. It's going to be a draw. Keeps it, gets speared. Great low tackle by Lardizabal again. Lardizabal has been fantastic on defense all day long, and it continues here with a loss at 2 on the TFL. Make it 4th and 10 coming up, and punt time once more for the Tiger defense, for the Tiger offense, that is. Norwood back deep to receive. As Besner, the junior, 6'1", weighing in at 190 pounds, awaits to kick things off. Stutter step, gets his footing. Kick is away. Gets a solid roll after initially not a lot of air distance. Rolls to the 25, and that's where it will be downed by Jake Hess. So now 1st and 10, however, flag is thrown back and around the 45. Definitely can make things interesting here, barring the call. Holding penalty called against the Royals. As 10 yards will be marked off where the ball was placed. It was down at the 25. And now they will mark it off to march it back to the 15-yard line. So once again, rough field position for Mercy Culture. This time via the penalty on the kick. Now after the penalty, new drive for the Royals with 6:34 left to go. The Tigers looking to send the heat. They do. Flag is thrown pre-snap. A little bit too much extra movement there as Martinez tried to use the count to make the Tigers jump off sides. However, that only forces a move out of the Royals O-line and push them back 5 more. So 1st and 15 now. Ball's on the 10. Backs against the wall once more. 10 seconds to get the snap off. Martinez making a play call on the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap. Quick throw. It's a bubble screen. However, Sacred Heart snuffs it out, but not before Cortina can get a couple of yards out of it. Gain of 6 gets him to the original line of scrimmage. So now gain of, let's mark it 6. 2nd and 9 coming up. A very manageable 2nd and 9. After Cortina gets the chunk play. 4 receivers, 2 stacked at the top and bottom of your screen. Martinez drops back, looking to go deep, still waiting, flush out of the pocket, gets a block, head fakes, still up on his feet, gets rolled and brought down back at the 10. No, they'll give him forward progress, so they'll at least give him the 13. However, another big loss. Now 3rd and 12 on the way for the Royals after Martinez takes the TFL. Martinez trots back from the sideline with the play call. Martinez 4th in Olive Tap's Division 4 in passing yards. He's averaging 112 a game. He now drops back. Pressure. Rolls out. Throw. It's got a man streaking downfield, and it's incomplete. My word, Martinez did a great job staying in the open field as Cortina, the intended target, just out of his hands. And now it seems like there is a Royal down, and as he gets treated to, we'll pause for this on the Antler Sports Network.
We dream big at Fort Worth ISD. And have the academic and extracurricular programs to back it up. Reach for it and dream big. Choose Fort Worth ISD.
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
So after the injury timeout, the injured Royal is up and seems to be okay. Punt by the Royals is a solid kick. Will at least flip fields if they try to whoosh it back. However, in my years of seeing that attempt to be done, I don't think that has ever truly worked. But hey, I'm a sucker for superstitions like that. Who knows? It might work one day. 4:55 left to go. The Tigers will take back over after forcing the 4 and out, 1st and 10, with the advantage 14-9. In a third quarter that, compared to the first two, has been very uneventful and very fast moving as well. As Besner takes a snap, keeps it himself, gets stood up by the Royals defense and pushed forward, however, does gain a yard. First one to get there, guess who? Walker Hughes, the 5'11", 160-pound freshman, has been a monster on that defensive front today. And after the 1-yard run by Besner, or the 1-yard push by Besner, more rather, brings up 2nd and 9. After this contest, the Tigers have a date at home on Halloween night against the Eagles of Fort Worth Temple Christian. Kickoff from Tiger Stadium at 7 as Besner throws, and it's incomplete. Ball comes out, was intended for Villa. And fantastic pass rush again by MCP. It's coming up big time. As the incompletion brings up 3rd and 9, a very important 3rd and 9. As on the hit is Ethan Emmerich, his first breakup of the game. Already has a tackle. He's doing it all so far, the young man. Now on 3rd and long. Royals looking to see heat again, and they do. Screen pass, it's complete. Caught by Sprouse. Sprouse gets hit, still fighting forward, but gets brought down. Hard-fought gain of 4, but it ain't going to be enough, folks. It's going to be 4th down and 5 and possible punt time. Now, the benefit of having your quarterback also being able to punt is you might be able to get a fake or draw a fake here as Besner now steps back. Substitution being made quickly by Mercy Culture. They eventually do get it off. They have a man back deep, holding, and eventually does kick it is Besner. Takes a dud bounce out of bounds at around the 24-yard line. And that's where MCP will take over 1st and 10. After the big play that we just saw earlier by the 5'8 junior Ethan Emmerich, just moments ago, that forced this 4th down. And now with 3.5 left to go, Now with 3:30 left to go in the third, it's 1st and 10, Mercy Culture again. Trying to get something going on offense now. Martinez rolls to his left, flush to his right, and will throw it out of bounds. Thankfully, had Norwood in the vicinity to negate an intentional grounding call. Now with 2nd and 10 on the way. 7 seconds ticked off after that incompletion. .323 left, still 14-9. We haven't had a score since the final seconds of the first half. Martinez immediately rolls right. Had Norwood downfield, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Besner. Besner turns the corner at the 25. 20 bounced out of bounds at the 19-yard line. And Martinez, who's pretty much been fantastic all game long. Big turnover there, and he seems to be cramping up as we have an official's timeout. And as they take that, we'll be back in a moment. A brief moment of fear for Royals fans, both coaching staff, team, and fan. With 3:11 left to go, Martinez briskly walks off of the field. And now, after the interception, has Sacred Heart knocking on the door of the end zone. With 3:11 left to go in the third quarter of play. 14-9, still our score. 3:11 left to go. Vesner hands it off to Schilling as Schilling gets stood up. Maybe gain a half a yard, if that. Is Walker Hughes again on the tackle in tandem with Braden Raybuck. They're going to say he did gain exactly a yard. 2nd and 9 for the Tigers here, as the clock continues to move with 2:41 and counting. Neither team has called a timeout yet. We've seen 2 officials' timeouts for injuries to Royals. As Besner throws, swing pass, it's caught along the numbers at the 19. And he gets to the line of scrimmage on the catch. Is going to be, I believe, seeing who that could be, a bit of a scratch number. That's Villa again. Although we do know that was number 16, J.J. Smeltzer, the freshman on the tackle. Now 3rd and 9. Looking to try not to stall out on another offensive drive. It's a keeper. Besner, throw, end zone, touchdown! As Villa does it again, his 2nd touchdown of the game with 1:52 left to go. A big momentum shifter as they expand their lead. As Besner will step back out to attempt the PAT. Wow. And a drive that looked like Mercy Culture's defense would once again be standing firm. The Besner PAT is up, through, and true. Our new score. The Tigers slowly but surely starting to pull away here with a minute 52 left in the third. It's 21-9. Back in 1 minute on the Antler Sports Network and ASN Radio. A massive turning point. That being the touchdown pitch and catch from Besner to Villa for his second of the game. That's giving us our current score, 21-9 in favor of Sacred Heart. Besner ready to boot things off yet again to get us started with his Tigers up now with a massive lead. What seems to be massive. Kick return. Run the other way with it. Still looking into open spaces. Larzabal, he's already returned a kick today. And now with 1st and 10.
Number 8, John Anthony Lardizabal up to the
Lardizabal has already returned a kick for 70. And the remaining waning seconds of the second quarter. Now with a minute 43 left to go. Sets his Royals offense up in pretty solid field position. Ball will be at the 40-yard line now. Mercy Culture after this game next week has a home game back here at Eagle Stadium in Willow Park. Right at the first of the month against the Cougars of Bishop Riker Catholic out of Waco, Texas. Kickoff, of course, at 7 p.m. Man in motion is Hughes. Martinez is back on the field after being helped off during the previous drive. Going to be a quick pitch, front pitch. Good for a gain of around 4 or 3. They'll give it a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 coming up now. Royals rushing quickly back to the line. It's Martinez again looking to throw. It is incomplete. Pass was intended for Hughes. Almost picking it off was Jacob Salinas. First time we've said his name today. Now 3rd and 7 coming up. Clock stops with a minute 19 left. If the Royals play their cards right, could possibly be the final drive of the third quarter. Now a big 3rd and 7 coming up in this third period. 4 receivers and a single back from Martinez. Immediately rolls out. Has 2 lead blocks. Throw into the flat is incomplete. Pass was intended for Cortina. Had a man, had Norwood right across the middle of the field streaking. Was open. And Martinez just didn't see him. And now punt time once again. Coming up as Richie looks to boot things away. Kanami back deep to receive again. As no, it's a fake. Martinez throws, open man, it's caught, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Mercy Culture.
Big Cortina, great pass by number 11.
Oh my goodness. We saw Martinez step in front of it right on time. As a throw to Cortina, he was wide open. Almost snatched away. And an easy trot into the end zone to put the Royals back into this ball game. Gutsy call by Sean Riley and company. Oh my. As now with 102, we have ourselves a ball game. So we await the PAT from Pierce James. Martinez the hold, the kick. It is up, through, and true. Our new score. Wow, with a minute and 2 ticks left to go. It's 16-21. Tigers still with the advantage, though, back in 1 minute after the break. Back after the fake punt heard around the land. It was a beautiful throw. 60-yard touchdown from Martinez to Cortina. That gives us our current score of 16-21. Kick is up in the air and bounces, rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So now 1st and 10. Coming up for Sacred Heart. Well into their own territory. After what was arguably play of the game, at least so far. As we take another look via our SportScope instant replay. It was 4th down and 7. Direct snap to Martinez on the fake punt. Cortina wide open. A Tiger was there to almost make a play, just not there quick enough. Cortina strolled into the end zone. Easy does it. That gives us our current score of 21-16. Now 1st and 10 for the 25 after the touchback. Besner. Throw to Villa. It's a screen swing pass along the sideline, out of bounds at around the 30. Gain of 5 will make it 2nd and medium. A catch from Villa. Just to add on his multiple completions and 2 touchdowns from Besner. Besner also has a rushing touchdown. Hasn't thrown an interception either. He's got to keep this one. Gets outside along the numbers. Gets spun down and tackled. Almost at the 1st down marker, though. Judah Groulet, as well as number 51, Julius Owens. Owens his 2nd tackle of the game. He's going to be short a yard. 3rd and 1 coming up. Let's say if the Royals get the defensive stop, could we possibly see a fake punt from the Tigers? Don't know. But what we do know is with that final horn sounding, we have finished quarter number 3. Willow Park has seen a fantastic game. We still have 12 more minutes to decide a victor. After 3, Tigers up 21-16. Back in 30 seconds from the ASM family of platforms, this is Taps High School football. It's the Tigers and the Royals after this. So as we prepare to flip fields, dare I say, could we maybe see an overtime? The only overtime game in football and Antler Sports Network history, funnily enough, was also a TAPS game. It was the Rose City Holy War between Tyler All Saints Episcopal and Bishop Gorman back at McCallum Stadium. That game went 5 overtimes. Don't know if we can see a 5 overtime game here, but we've seen just about everything else. And right now, the Tigers looking at a 3rd and 1 from around their own 35-yard line. Besner's under center. Possibly another quarterback sneak, and we do push forward and successful. First down, gain of 3. We'll continue this drive. As the clock will roll. Other district games this week. First Baptist handily defeating Riker Catholic last night, score 60-7. The other district team in play, the Falcons of Live Oak Classical, non-district loss against Magnolia Legacy Prep, 19-14. It's going to be a keeper for Besner. Besner has a block eventually, but it gets tackled, almost stripping the ball away. Besner had to take a second there to get back up from the one. It's Cortina on the tackle.
Second down, long for
That's Cortina has pretty much done it all today. That Besner run was good for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 now after the carry. Could see them try to keep it on the ground for the rest of this game. However, a 5-point advantage, not the most comfortable lead in the world. It's going to be a handoff this time to Villa. It's the first time we've seen Villa take a snap at running back as he's going to get nowhere. 3rd and 8 coming up. After the senior gets stood up. Tackles made by Eddie Maldonado, his 2nd tackle of the game. And now a big 3rd and 8 now. Another big 3rd down. As we've already said, if 3rd down has been the money down for both teams today. Now 10-13 for this upcoming 3rd down. Besner is looking to throw. He's got a man in the flat. It's caught. Caught at midfield. Brought down at the 48. Still pushing forward. Fort Progress will move him up, though. As now the Tigers with another big first down play, this time through the air.
Tackle made by number 4, Judah.
Man. As the MCP defense will stay onto the field. As now what was a 3rd and long is now 1st and 10. Besner drops back, blitzed, pass is incomplete. The only person downfield, eligible or not, was John Dill, the lineman. So that incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. .9:25 left to go in the final period. Tigers looking to take every second they can. Okay, Cortina gets a much-needed quick rest on the sideline. Coming in for him of quarterback is going to be Noah Norwood, brother of Nate. Besner fakes, throw across the middle, it's picked off, it's intercepted! Nate Norwood on the pick! Biggest play of the game for the Royals. We just mentioned how Noah Norwood just checked into the game, and the bigger Norwood, Big Nate, steps up, picks off Besner for his first interception of the game, and the biggest play of the game so far already, as Mercy Culture now has even more hope. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Wow! Now the Royal offense steps back onto the field with 9:14 and all the momentum in the world. Even after giving up a touchdown on their previous drive and even an interception early in the 3rd, Now, you have to believe this is the Royals' game to lose here. Martinez, quick shovel pass. Now pushing forward, spinning before approaching the 40. On the catch is going to be Lardizabal once more. Gain of 4 will make it 2nd and 6. 8:15 counting. The Royals offense operating from the left hash, closest to us here in Eagle Stadium. Smeltzer. They go for the diamond again, and the Tigers get into the backfield and bring down Martinez. It was a heavy 3-man rush. Jake Becker was the first to get there, the freshman. So we take another look at that diamond set up at the top of the screen, as you see on the instant replay. And Becker pretty much just get through unscathed. Now a 3rd and long coming up. Martinez looking to go deep. He does. It's caught. Complete. Right across the middle. The man who caught the pick is the man who will continue this drive. 1st and 10 on the big time play as we take another look. Norwood right down the middle of the field on the post route. $7:55 left to go. They get it to Cortina. Cortina, stiff arm, spins, breaks a tackle, does gain 1. But won't get any more than that. 2nd and 9 coming up. As we take one more look at the great read by Martinez to Norwood, the man who's the reason why they have the ball back this quickly. Gets right into the heart of the Tiger zone. And now helping set up this 2nd and 10. Throw to Cortina again. Gets tackled immediately by his number 10 to mate. It's Villa again. Loss of 1 will make it 3rd and 10. Big 3rd and 10 coming up. 3rd and 11. Said he lost multiple. 6:55 and counting. As the Royals taking their time here. Trying to mark up every second of clock they can. Not to mention trying to score. 4 out wide, 2 slots. Dropping back is Martinez. Martinez has got a man, and it's bobbled incomplete. Kanabe almost had the pick. If he put a little bit more on it, he had Hughes streaking down the sideline, and now that brings up 4th and 11. The punt's up in the air. Now with 4th down. Drive that stall. They mark it down quickly at the 40 as it took an awkward bounce falling the other way. And now a fresh set of downs for the Tigers after a big defensive stop. Wow. A drive that was the first, that began with the first interception of the game for the Royals defense. Now seems to be all for naught as the Tigers get the football back. Pretty much exactly where they started it, just started with it on their previous offensive drive. Now with 6:37 left to go in the final period, you have to think the sand's slowly starting to fall out of the hourglass. As Besner, low snap, throws one-on-one, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Kanabe, was streaking downfield. Lardizabal, once again, tight coverage, makes it 2nd and 10. 6.5, or tick over 6.5, 6:31 to be exact. Now showing on the clock. As Richie now checks back in. Rob Trejo, the senior, 6 foot, 270 pounds, will check out. Besner takes the snaps, going to keep it himself. Gets to the line of scrimmage and looking for more. Has an upfield block, has the first down and more. Gain of 14 As he steps out of bounds, the clock will stop. Make that a gain of 15 as he gets to the 45-yard line. So now the Tiger offense moving with a purpose here. As we see Coach Sean Riley right at the bottom of your score bug, if you're tuning in on ASN 1. Now Mercy Culture's defense, you would think, has to be exhausted. They played a well of a game today. It's going to be a keeper for Besner again. Besner jukes left, immediately gets sandwiched at around the 44-yard line. First slice of the bread was Braden Raybuck, as well as Hughes, the other slice, as Buckner, the ham, gains 2. 2nd and 8 coming up. Notably, the clock moves inside of 6 minutes. As Besner now in the eye, setting up under center. Seen that do it very few times, at least in 2nd and long situations. It's a delayed handoff, and it's going to be a decent little gain. A Schilling on the carry. It's going to gain 3 to get him to the 40. Now 3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line. They got to get to the 35 to keep the drive going. As now Standridge will check in as a receiver. At least that's what one would believe. As Besner breaks the huddle. Defensive audible made. Man in motion is Sickling. Sickling moves over as a receiver. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's a fake. He keeps it. And not falling for it at all is Jude Mahalski. Mahalski with a big play. Massive TFL. They will give him forward progress as he didn't make a single step. So now 4th and 6. TFL nonetheless from Mahalski. His 2nd of the game. Well, 4.5 left to go. Going to be interesting here. Besner is setting up to kick. Back deep to receive is Nate Norwood. We've already seen a special teams touchdown. Besner, high snap. Takes 4 steps. Center of the boot right into this one. Rolls, bounces. Did he mark it down at the 1? Villa does. Arguably punt of the year. As Villa does a great job marking it. It takes a great Tiger bounce at the 9, and Villa falls on it right before it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So now, with 4 minutes left to go in this one, down 1 possession, plenty of time and even more field to work with. Ball is down at the 1-yard line. But now the officials are talking it over. Still discussing here. See a nod of the head from the back judge as they now disperse. Or at least they do at least get a football from the Royals sideline. Line judge leaves. And it will be first down from the 1. No touchback. Wow. So, the Royals down 21-16. Face a 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard line. The Tigers looking to send heat. Flag is thrown. Looks like there's going to be offsides, maybe. I believe so. At least that's what one would want to believe. No, false start penalty called against the Royals. As if we can kind of considered half the distance to the goal, but how far is half the distance when you're pretty much at the half-yard line anyway? So it will remain 1st and 10. From the half-yard line now. Martinez dropping back. It's caught. Clash catch by Hughes. Hughes trying to get out of the end zone. Gets around the 3, but not much farther than that. So that gives them a little bit of breathing room, I guess. 2nd and now around 7 coming up. Clock moving. 3.5 left to go. Martinez will throw out wide in the back, looking, scans to his right, throw across the middle. It's incomplete, intended for Norwood. So now one of the Tigers, one of the Sacred Heart players pleading with an official. Now 2 of them pleading with the officials, specifically John Dill. Now that incompletion makes it 3rd and 10. Biggest third down of the game. With 3.5 left to go. Both teams sitting on all 3 of their timeouts. Four out wide, 2 slot. Martinez, clap of the hands. Drops back, pressured, throws, high arcing ball. It's a 50-50 ball, bobbled, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for Cortina. And a last-minute breakup by the Tigers might have just saved the game. So now, with 4th and 7 coming up, it's Ritchie looking to boot things off. We've already seen a fake punt. One that was for a touchdown, but this time they're going to simply kick this thing off. And a fair catch is going to be made by Kanabe at the 36-yard line. And now if you're the Royals defense, only one thing comes to mind. Get a stop. If Sacred Heart manages to score on this drive, you have to think that the possible chances for a win here slowly start to dip. After a picture-perfect punt from Besner, down by Villa at the 1. The Mercy Culture offense barely able to get out of the shadow of the Tarrant County woods here. As now Besner under center. He's going to keep it pushed straight forward. Solid yardage gain. 7 yards on the carry. It'll make it 2nd down and 3. The clock will continue to roll. We are at 3 minutes, inside of 3 minutes now. Again, both teams, if you're listening on ASN Radio, both teams have all 3 of their timeouts at their disposal. Besner back under center again. Most likely going to keep it himself once more with smart money, and indeed he does. Fires through, down at the 25, exactly what he needed. Gain of 4 makes it 1st down and 10. A fresh set of downs, and the clock will keep rolling. Two minutes and 10 seconds left. Sicking checks back in after the 4-yard Besner run. Huddle breaks inside of 2 minutes. Still no timeout by the Royals. Besner back under center for the 3rd play in a row. Pushes through, gets 2 yards. And now the Royals call time. That's their first of the half. They'll have 2 more. And they're going to need them. Minute 43 left to go. 5-point contest. We'll be back after this break. After Coach Riley and the Royals call for time with 1:43 left to go in this one. Sacred Heart marching down the field. After forcing a 4 and out, after a 4 and out of their own, placed the Royals at their own 1 yard line. A false start penalty pushed them back to the half-yard line, and here we are. 2nd down and 8 to go after the Besner run prior to the break. He's under center for the 5th play in a row now. Mercy Culture looking to send the heat. He pushes forward, might have gained a yard. No, they're going to move him back to the line of scrimmage. And now another timeout by Mercy Culture Prep. We'll be back in 1 more minute. 1:36 left to go from the ASM family of platforms. This is Texas High School football. Calling their 2nd timeout. They now have 1 remaining with this big 3rd and 8 coming up. It's a toss, breaking to the outside, looking for room. It's Schilling. Schilling gets the 1st down and more. The clock will stop momentarily to move the chains. And now timeout again called by Mercy Culture. Their last timeout after a big 1st down run. We'll take another timeout. 1:27 left to go. The sand slowly starting to fall out of the hourglass here on the Antler Sports Network. Now, back after the timeout. First knee is taken. Or maybe not. I don't think we had a play. Yes, we did. Because now it's victory formation. Clock still stopped at 1:27. A second is ticked off now at 1:26. I don't know what could be going on here. I mean, unless both coaches.
No play. It's after a timeout.
A knee was taken. I indeed can confirm. Still don't know what could be happening. The clock operator over the PA system announced that there was no play, but we saw the Tigers take a knee. Now it looks like the Bradbury, the referee of the white hat for today, speaking up top to the press box, letting them know that there was indeed a play ran. Another second is ticked off, 1:25. Still waiting. Don't know what words could be being said here. Another 5 seconds have ticked off. And here we go. As now maybe one or two more kneel downs. Coming up for the Tigers as we're inside of a minute, 20 seconds on the play clock now. As this could possibly be the very last knee they elect to take. As with this victory, Sacred Heart moves to 5-3 overall and 2-1 in district play. And now one game behind the Falcons of Live Oak Classical. This loss from Mercy Culture moves them to 0-3 and ties them with the Cougars of Bishop Riker in the 5th spot in the district. However, still plenty of football left in the season. Our final score from Willow Park, and a game that saw ups and downs galore, now finally has its end. At Eagle Stadium, as the clock ticks down to triple zeros, the Tigers take home the victory on the road, 21-16. Want to thank everyone for watching on ASN1 and tuning in on ASN Radio. The highlights will be posted on the ASN1 YouTube page later on this afternoon. For our fantastic Antler Sports Network crew, Matthew Hermans, our executive producer, Justin Jackson from our Houston ASN studios, our director of stats and analytics, Noah Raditz, in our Tyler ASN studios, and all of the ASN faithful tuning in. Once again, our final from Willow Park, Sacred Heart 21, Mercy Culture Prep 16. Until next time, so long, everybody.